What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on Mazda B2200, and what we're going to be doing to it is cylinder head gasket on this. So this one right here is probably going to be a little bit different than yours, and the reason I say that is if you don't have a Weber carburetor or a header on this thing, then you'll have a lot more stuff to take off. This one right here does have the header, so it doesn't have the exhaust manifold where all the bypass pipes and stuff like that come and run into the air intake and the breather. And then the carburetor does not have all the vacuum lines, and it doesn't have all the connectors and stuff that yours would probably have. But still, it ain't really a whole lot that's going to be too different, and there's mosquitoes flying around because we had some water issues, so yay. But if you see me smacking around and stuff, it's just mosquitoes flying around. Sorry about it. No deterrent from the job. But like I said, this right here, we're going to try to do this the easy way. I'm going to try to leave the intake on here if I can with the carburetor and stuff, and we'll just take all the accessories off that we don't need. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But let me get y'all set up on tripod, and then from there we will start to pull this apart. Okay, first thing I want to do is start pulling like wires and vacuum hoses and stuff off, and we'll kind of go from there. So like I said, we'll pull off. There's your choke wire on this one. Ooh, that's pretty tight. Leave that. Then connector. Get that. Oh, there's some ground wires already loose too. Take that off. And now we have most of the carburetor stuff kind of off of here. If you want to pull off your breather, if you have a Weber, you can. If not, you can leave it on, but we're going to disconnect the... This thing is in neutral and it's rolling, so let me put the e-brake on. Where was I? Fold my camera lens out, so I'll make sure I'm telling you right. Oh God, that's tight. Well, we'll just leave that on there, and then that way it can be easier. But like I said, we're going to have to take the throttle cable off. It's right here. And then on these, you just lift up. You've got a pretty strong spring on this thing. Where did we have it hooked to? Oh, there it goes. Now, this one had a strong little spring on it. It's a double-sided one. I think that's the side. Now I can fold up and take the throttle off. And all I got left now is to take off the fuel connection lines. He has a worm gear clamp on one and a squeeze clamp on the other. We're just gonna yank those off. Just be mindful that gas will be in these lines, and you can have some gas coming out. The one I just took off, that went to the fuel filter. I think that was the feed, and the one right here is the return. Mosquitoes are flying in my ear. I even got bug spray on because I kind of expected it. Alright. Now, I cannot remember if this has a drain on the radiator or not. So like I was saying, we're going to have to drain the coolant on this. I'm probably just going to pull the lower radiator hose. I'll kind of show you where that's at. And it is right down and here. Like, might be zoomed in too far. So there it is, right down there. We're going to just pull that lower radiator hose, and then I'm just going to drain it that way. And while that is draining, I'm going to go ahead and pull my spark plug wires off, because I'm going to have to pull the distributor out anyway. So, and your connectors are going to be over here, and all that stuff. So you're going to want to make sure I'm showing it right, because I got it moved. Here is our distributor right here. Just pull the wires off. And to be honest, I'm just going to pull it out, set it over to the side. And we're going to be doing an oil change on this afterwards and putting new coolant in it and stuff anyway. So I'm just going to pull this out. It should be a 12 millimeter. And all of this stuff that we are taking out, you can take it out in any order you would like. I mean, there's no real specific way that you should take some of this stuff off. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to take your intake and your header off, and you'll have to take the timing cover and the timing belt off and all that stuff. But you don't need to take it off in any specific order. And I'm just going to set that to the side. Now we got that. You don't even have to take the wires off after you do that. But after I do that, what I'm going to do next is actually I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the start pulling the header off on here. I know I keep zooming y'all out and in, but I'm just trying to give y'all some good footage on this. But you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, and after you do that, you can pull that. If you have an exhaust manifold, it's going to be a lot harder to get it off, because you do have like these evap emission tubes that come up and run to your breather, but they are a little bit harder to get to on exhaust manifold. You can just, if you have one, you can see how much room you have to get all of this off. This one doesn't have power steering or an AC compressor, so that's not in the way either. And if you have an AC compressor or power steering, you're going to have a little bit more stuff in your way on this side as well. But I believe the exhaust is 12 millimeters as well. Yep, it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this exhaust manifold or header. Go ahead and start pulling it out, and once I get it off, I'll bring y'all back, and I'm going to go ahead and start draining the coolant on the bottom as well.